Hey, welcome to Chat Easy.
Yeah, English without the stress.
I got it. I got a gift. I am getting tired. I got home. Do you get it? Okay, wait. I just used the same word 5 different ways, and each one meant something completely different. That is wild, right?
Yes, that is exactly the problem with get. It is everywhere in English, but nobody really explains why it keeps changing meaning. You just hear it over and over, and you think, what is happening here?
Oh, yesterday I heard someone say, I have got to get going to get my sister before I get in trouble. I counted 4 uses of get in one sentence. 4! I almost stopped walking just to write it down.
That sounds confusing. But actually, once you understand the pattern, it makes perfect sense. It's like seeing a magic trick explained. Suddenly, everything clicks.
Here's the thing. Get is probably the most useful word in everyday English. I mean, really, if you learn how it works, you unlock so many conversations.
Exactly. If you walk around for 1 hour in an English-speaking country, you will hear get at least 50 times, maybe more. People do not even notice they are saying it.
Yes, they use it in texts, in meetings, in casual conversations, in everything. It's like salt in cooking. You don't see it, but it's always there.
The problem is that most English courses teach you get means receive, and then they move on. But that is only one tiny piece. It's like learning one button on your phone and ignoring the rest.
So today, we're going to break down exactly how get actually works in real life, not textbook rules, just the patterns you hear every single day.
By the end of this conversation, you will recognize what get is doing in any sentence, and you will feel so much more confident using it yourself. No more guessing.
We'll also share some funny moments and real examples that made us finally understand it, like actual mistakes we made. Trust me, there are a few.
So, let's get into it.
Hey, did you get any sleep last night? You look a little tired. Not in a bad way, just like maybe you stayed up reading or something.
I got about 6 hours, which is not bad, but I woke up early because my cat knocked something off the table. You know that sound? It was so loud, like a crash in the middle of silence.
Oh no, my cat does the same thing. I never get used to that sound. Every single time I jump out of bed like something terrible happened. But it's just a cup, always just a cup.
It's funny how we say get used to something, like it's a process that happens slowly. You don't just wake up one day and feel okay with it. It takes time.
Yes, I am still getting used to my new apartment because the heating system makes strange noises at night, like creaking and humming. Sometimes I think someone is walking around, but no, it is just the heater.
Oh, that sounds annoying. Did you get help from the landlord? Or is he one of those landlords who disappears when you need something?
I got a response. He said he would look into it, but he has not fixed it yet. I sent the message 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks! I'm starting to think he forgot.
Landlords always take forever to get things done. I do not understand why it is always like that. You would think fixing things quickly would be easier for everyone.
Right? So true. I wonder why it is always like that. Anyway, did you get your coffee yet?
Yes, I got a cappuccino, and it's really good today. The foam is perfect. Sometimes they make it too dry, but today it's just right.
Oh, I got the same thing. And I'm happy because the barista remembered how I like it. Extra hot, no sugar. She just knew.
That is nice when people get to know your preferences. It makes the place feel more comfortable, like you belong there a little bit.
Wait, we have already used the word get so many times in this conversation without even planning it. Did you notice? We just kept saying it naturally.
Exactly. That's exactly the point. Get is one of those words that just appears naturally all day long, and most of the time we don't even notice it. It's invisible until you start paying attention.
Okay, let's start with the most basic meaning of get because that is where everything begins. Get often means receive or obtain something. For example, if someone says, I got a message from my friend, it means they received it. Simple, right?
Yes, and here's another one. I got a gift for my birthday. That meaning feels clear and simple. Most learners recognize it right away. It's like the first definition you see in a dictionary.
Exactly. But get is also used when you arrive somewhere, like I got home at 8 o'clock, or did you get to the meeting on time? I use that version all the time, especially when texting friends to say, I got here, or I just got to the cafe.
It's interesting because arrive and get mean almost the same thing in those sentences, but get feels more casual and natural in everyday conversation. Nobody texts, I have arrived. That sounds like a royal announcement.
Right. Okay, here is another one. Get also means understand. For example, do you get what I mean? Or I do not get this joke. It is about making sense of something.
Oh, I have definitely said, I do not get it many times, especially when watching movies with complex plots. Like, there are 5 timelines and 3 different versions of the same character, and I'm just sitting there thinking, I do not get this at all.
Yes, and sometimes people say, got it, as a quick response to show they understand. It's super fast, like someone explains something and you just say, got it, and move on.
Got it is so useful because it's short and clear. People use it in work emails, in conversations, everywhere. It's like the perfect little confirmation.
I wonder why English speakers chose get for understanding, though. It seems unrelated to receiving something. Like, how did we get from I got a letter to I got the idea? It's kind of strange.
Language is strange that way, but once you hear it enough, it starts to feel normal. Your brain just accepts it. That's how patterns work.
Okay, next one. Get also means become. When someone says, it's getting cold, they mean the temperature is becoming colder. It shows a change happening.
Yes, here are more examples. I'm getting tired. She's getting better at piano. The situation is getting worse. All of those show something moving from one state to another. It's a process.
This usage shows a change happening over time, and getting with an adjective is extremely common in spoken English. I use it constantly, like I'm getting hungry, or this is getting interesting.
That's such a natural way to describe feelings and changes. And it's much easier than saying, I'm becoming hungry, which sounds too formal, like something a robot would say. I am becoming hungry. Please provide nutrition.
Exactly. Okay, now here's one that confused me for a long time. Get is also used with past participles to describe things that happen to you. Examples, I got lost, she got hurt, we got invited to a party.
Yes, this one's tricky. Got lost emphasizes the experience or the result. It feels more active than just saying, I was lost. It's like you're showing the moment it happened, not just the state.
Oh, that makes sense. Another example, my phone got stolen. You're focusing on what happened to the phone, not who did it. It's about the result.
Exactly. That structure is very common when talking about unfortunate events. People also say, I got confused or I got distracted. It describes a state you ended up in.
Okay, so now I have to ask, do you ever think about all the phrases with get that do not follow any clear rule? Like there are so many.
Yes. Oh my goodness, yes. Like get ready, get started, get going, get along with someone. Those feel like fixed expressions where get is just part of the phrase. You cannot really break them down.
Right. And there is get in trouble, get a chance, get permission. They all have their own little meanings. I think the best way to learn those is just by hearing them over and over in real conversations.
I completely agree. That is why listening to natural English is so helpful. You start to recognize the patterns without thinking too much about grammar rules. Your brain picks them up like music.
Okay, I want to ask you something. What is one phrase with get that you hear all the time but still find a little confusing? It is okay to feel unsure. Even native speakers sometimes mix things up.
And here's another question for you. Do you use get in your own language, or is there a different word that does the same job? I'm really curious to know because it helps to compare.
Yes, because in some languages you might need 3 or 4 different words to cover everything get does in English, and that is why it feels overwhelming at first. It's not just one word, it's like 10 words hiding inside one.
You know, get also appears in casual spoken English in ways that feel almost invisible, like I've gotta go, which is the same as I have to go, or have you got a pen, which is the same as do you have a pen?
Oh, those forms are super common in British English especially. I hear them all the time in movies and shows. They sound a little different, but they mean the same thing.
Exactly. And sometimes people shorten have got to into gotta, like I gotta go. But that's more informal. You'll probably hear it in movies or songs more than in formal settings.
Nodding, it's good to recognize those forms even if you don't use them yourself. That way, when you hear them, you're not confused. You just think, oh, that's another way to say the same thing.
So here's the thing. Get is one of those words that does a million different jobs, and the key is not to memorize every single meaning. The key is to notice how it's used in real contexts.
Yes, once you start paying attention, you'll see get everywhere, and it will start to feel more natural. Like one day you'll just use it without thinking, and you'll realize, wait, I actually get it now.
Exactly. So in the next part, we're going to go through some specific vocabulary and examples to make everything even clearer. Real sentences, real situations, nothing confusing.
Okay, let's take a moment to go over some key vocabulary from our conversation. I think this will help you remember the most useful patterns with get, just the ones you will actually use every day.
Yes, good idea. These are the phrases you hear constantly, so let's break them down one by one. Ready?
First one, get a message. This means to receive a message from someone. For example, I got a message from my teacher about homework. It's simple, right? You received it.
And you can also say get an email, get a call, or get a text. Same pattern, like I got a call from my mum this morning. It just means she called and you received the call.
Perfect. Next one, get home. This means to arrive at your home. For example, I usually get home around 6 in the evening. It is about reaching that place.
And you can replace home with other places, like get to work or get to the store. Same idea, you arrived somewhere. I got to the cafe early today.
Okay, here's a really common one. Get it. This means to understand something. For example, do you get it or should I explain again? It is about making sense of information.
Yes, and people also use got it as a quick response to show they understand. Like someone gives you directions and you just say, got it, done. No need for a long answer.
So efficient. Okay, next, get ready. This means to prepare yourself for something. For example, I need to get ready for the meeting. People use this phrase constantly, especially in the morning.
I am getting ready is probably one of the most common texts I send. Like, I am getting ready, I will be there soon. It buys you a little extra time.
Smart. Okay, here's another useful one. Get started. This means to begin something. For example, let us get started with the lesson. It's a very common phrase in work and school settings.
Yes, teachers say it all the time. Okay, everyone, let's get started. It's like a signal that something is about to begin.
Next one, get along with someone. This means to have a good relationship with them. For example, I get along with my coworkers really well. You connect easily, there's no tension.
And the opposite is not get along, which means you have some conflict or do not connect well, like we do not get along. It happens. Not everyone clicks.
True. Okay, last one for now. Get in trouble. This means to be in a difficult situation or to be punished for something. For example, I got in trouble for being late. You faced a consequence.
Everyone has been in that situation at some point. Like you forget to do something and then you get in trouble. It's part of life.
These are just a few examples, and there are many more phrases with get, but these are the ones you'll hear over and over, so they're worth remembering.
Exactly. The important thing is to notice them when they appear and try to use them in your own conversations, even just one or two. That's how they become natural. Okay, now I want to think about how you can actually use get in your own life, like not just in theory, in real moments. Zara, can you imagine a typical day and think about all the moments where get might naturally appear?
Oh, that's a great idea, because once you start looking for it, you realize it's everywhere. Like literally everywhere. Let me walk through a morning.
Yes, do it.
Okay, so when you wake up, you might think, I need to get out of bed, or I have to get ready for work. Those are probably some of the first thoughts you have. Like, even if you don't want to get out of bed yet.
Right. And you might also say, I got a good night's sleep, or I did not get enough rest, like you're describing what happened during the night, how you feel now.
Exactly. And when you leave the house, you might tell someone, I'm getting going now, or I'll get to the office by 9. These are all tiny moments, but they add up to show how much get is part of daily life.
They really do add up. Okay, now let's think about social situations. When you meet a friend, you might ask, did you get my message? Or when did you get here? Just casual questions.
Yes, and during the conversation, you might say, I get what you mean, or I don't really get why that happened. You're showing that you're listening and trying to understand their story.
And if someone tells a story, you might respond with got it to show you are following along. It is like a little signal that says, yes, I am here, I am with you.
These small phrases help conversations flow smoothly, and they make you sound natural and engaged, not like you're translating in your head, just present.
What about work or school settings? You might need to say, I got permission from my boss, or I need to get this done by tomorrow. Those are super practical.
Yes, or I got feedback on my project, or I have to get ready for the presentation. Get is especially useful for talking about tasks and responsibilities because it's flexible. It fits so many different contexts.
Exactly. And even something as simple as let's get started can make you feel more confident in a group setting. You sound organized, even if you're a little nervous inside.
That's true. Fake it until you make it. Okay, here's another thing. Throughout the day, you might notice emotions and changes, like I'm getting tired, I'm getting excited about the weekend, or this is getting frustrating.
Yes, those phrases help you describe how you feel in the moment without needing complicated vocabulary. You don't have to say, I'm experiencing fatigue. You just say, I'm getting tired.
And when you share those feelings with others, it creates connection, because everyone experiences the same kinds of changes. It's part of being human, and English gives you simple tools to express it.
I love that. Language does not have to be hard to be meaningful.
So here's something I want you to think about. Think about a recent situation where you needed to explain something, ask for something, or describe a change. Get probably could have fit into that moment somehow.
Yes, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Even if you forget to use get sometimes, it's okay. Language learning is about experimenting and noticing patterns, not about being flawless every single time.
The more you put yourself in real English situations, the more naturally these words will come to you. Like, you won't have to think about it. One day, you'll just say, I got it, without planning it.
I believe you are already doing a great job by watching this conversation and thinking about how to apply it. That's exactly the kind of effort that leads to progress. You're already noticing things.
Taking time to reflect like this is how real progress happens, not by memorizing lists, by connecting ideas to your own life. That's when learning sticks.
Okay, we have covered a lot today, and I want to quickly go over the main ideas so everything stays clear. Just the big picture.
Yes, good idea. It is helpful to see how everything connects before we finish. Let's do a quick recap.
So, first thing, get has many different meanings, but they all connect to the idea of receiving, arriving, understanding, or becoming. Those are like the 4 pillars. Everything else builds from there.
Exactly. Get is one of the most flexible words in English, and that is why it shows up in so many different situations. It's like a tool that fits multiple jobs.
We talked about how get can mean receive something, like I got a message, or arrive somewhere, like I got home. Those are the 2 most basic meanings, the foundation.
And we also discussed how get means understand, like do you get it? Or become, like I am getting tired. Those show mental shifts or physical changes. It's about transitions.
Right. And then we talked about how get is used with past participles to describe experiences, like I got lost or she got hurt. That was a tricky one, but it makes sense once you see the pattern.
Yes, and get appears in tons of fixed phrases like get ready, get started, get along with someone, and get in trouble. Those phrases are everywhere in spoken English. Once you recognize them, conversations become much easier to follow.
Exactly. And the fact that you watched this whole conversation and thought about these examples means you're already building that awareness. You're doing the work. That's what matters.
I really mean that. Taking the time to understand these small, tricky words makes such a big difference in real communication. These are the words that native speakers use constantly, and now you know how they work.
Get is not scary once you see the patterns, and I believe you are absolutely capable of using it well. You have all the pieces now. It's just about noticing them in real life.
Every conversation is a chance to practice, and you're doing great, really. Okay, before we finish, I have a question for you. What is one situation where you want to use get more confidently? Maybe when you're texting a friend, ordering food, talking to a coworker, or just describing your day.